Here is Ted Otto with Chip Ganassi.
Chip Ganassi, you were the fastest rookie at Indy. It ended for you a little early today.
Yeah, Ted, we were running. We had about 11 laps to go, I guess, and the gearbox went south.
You hung in there longer than a lot of them. You finished well.
I don't know exactly where we finished yet, but we wanted to go the distance. That's what we were working on. And thanks to First Commercial Corporation, thanks to Crane and Shovel out of Cleveland here, thanks to J&J Tire, thanks to my car owner Jack Rhodes, we almost went the distance.
How hard was the track to drive?
It wasn't bad. You know, the people of Cleveland here, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I'm not as tired as I thought.
How about the traffic? Was it hard to pass?
No, not really. You know, on that back straight, you could just about get by a Mack truck out there if you need to. And, there was plenty of room to pass. I think the track was just great. It was to my liking.
Chip Ganassi almost finished the race.
Very nice young man and a guy with a very promising racing future. Bobby Rahal is attempting to pass Bill Tempero here on the main stretch. The interval is staying right at 20.5 to 21 seconds over Mario Andretti. So Rahal with that much of the advantage right now with less than 10 laps to go.
I am still amazed, going back to the Chip Ganassi story, as to how he was able to go faster in the rain yesterday during qualifying than what he did in the dry in the late afternoon. What happened here yesterday is that cars went out for practice and qualifying. It was European-style qualifying. In the mid-afternoon, the rain was coming down pretty hard. Then late in the afternoon, after a long delay because of another communication problem, they had to shut the track down for an hour. With about 6 o'clock, the sun came out, the track dried, and they were able to qualify on a dry racing surface. Ganassi had crashed near the end of the rain-soaked session. They put the car back together, and Chip was a mile an hour slower on the dry pavement after the crash than he was with the rain tires.
Well, the Triple Crown in IndyCar racing is back with the Pocono 500 that will be run on August 15th. That combined with the Indy 500 and the second annual Michigan 500 makes up the Triple Crown. Of course, Gordon Johncock has one leg after winning the Indy 500. Al Unser in number 10 is in 4th position, and Larry He has been running as fast as any car on the racetrack. Had he not lost that lap because of the problem out on the race course, he could very well be contending for the lead.
Yeah, I think this team is going to be very pleased when the day is over. Obviously, they're going to be disappointed that they didn't win, and I concur with that opinion. Unser would have been right in there, but this is the finest performance beyond a shadow of any doubt I think we've seen in 3 years from a Longhorn race car. They've been very close. They've been fast often, and they've just had all kinds of little irritating problems that have set back the program. But today, things seem to have clicked as far as the equipment goes. Al Unser, the only guy to have won 3 500-mile races in a single year. He's also a guy who one time won the Indianapolis 500-mile race on his birthday. He's a veteran of many Pikes Peak hill climbs, as are a lot of the drivers, particularly from the Unser clan, a lot of the drivers who live and grew up in the southwestern part of this country. Al Unser, a little bit of experience in the sprint cars, but the vast majority of his career has been in Indianapolis cars. And he was fortunate when he came to Indianapolis. He had a fairly decent ride the first year there. He hooked up with some guy by the name of Foyt from Houston, Texas.
Well, we haven't run down the standings for you recently. We'll do that now. Bobby Rahal, of course, is the leader with Mario Andretti second and Rick Mears third. In 4th position, a lap down, Al Unser. 5th belongs to Gordon Johncock, and 6th is Jeff Rabham. In 7th position, 2 laps down, Vern Chupan. 8th place goes to Bill Tempero. 9th is Johnny Parsons, and 10th is Kevin Kogan. There is the leader once again, Bobby Rahal, moving through the main stretch where the highest speeds are achieved on this racetrack, somewhere around 160 to 170 miles an hour, maybe even quicker than that. Bobby Rahal well on his way to victory now with less than 6 laps to go. Can he hold on? It would be a great victory for this young man, Larry.
Well, bespeckled Bobby Rahal, a guy that a lot of us saw for the first time this year because he had been doing a lot of driving across the oceans, both Pacific and Atlantic for that matter. Bobby's a tall, slender guy who fits in real nicely into one of these sleekly designed modern Indianapolis cars. He's a guy who's been very matter-of-fact, really, about what has happened to him since he started running as a regular on the Indianapolis car trail, and also very complimentary. Back in March and April, Bob, you and I saw him for the first time at rookie orientation at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And he said at that time that he really enjoyed the Indianapolis cars. They were more exciting than the Formula One cars that he'd been driving. He felt that the cars perhaps were a little more suitable for the types of courses that they race on. And he was very enthusiastic. He said he had a very good feel being inside of an Indianapolis car. Then over the last couple of months, he has been complimentary about the help and the support and the cordiality with which he has been received by the Indycar gentry. He has said he's never been anywhere in the world nor driven any other type of race car where the rest of the crews, and particularly the competition, were more help. And those are Bobby Rahal's words, not words that we're trying to put into his mouth. So if he were to win here today, I would say that the relatively low profile that Rahal has taken, he's never been boisterous about his appearance or his performance in these Indy cars, is beginning to pay off. They've been going to school, they learned well, they came to a course that their driver was very suited for, and they have been absolutely rock solid today.